These crazy ducks. So I am out here again with the ducks and the cows. And believe it or not, we're almost out of hay again. So we have one last little bit of hay here, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to throw it in this feeder and just really pile up the hay and make this big huge mound of hay. Normally what I do is I try to just push it off the back and kind of tie it up and feed it a little at a time, and this hay feeder is pretty full, but it's designed for big bales, and it's got these big bars on here, and I think I can just pile the rest on here, so I'm gonna do that. So if you haven't seen me feed my hay before, this is kind of my setup. So what I do is I usually just have a stack here. Believe it or not, these come apart in little leaves, I guess you would call them. They just kind of stack up, and I can almost do it with one hand. And they just kind of fold right in there. Usually I use two hands, it's a little bit easier. And just kind of cradle it. And then I usually just put a couple right in the cart. And then just bring it over to the feeder. So this is actually really good hay. I'm really loving it. So if you take a look at it kind of up close, you can see it's got a lot of really leafy hay in there. And it's about 30% alfalfa, so it's got a few little, I guess you call them sticks. So it's basically, it comes with the alfalfa, but the alfalfa gives it a lot more protein. And I'm actually going back to the same guy this time. He had a really good price on this hay, and I really like it. So I'm actually gonna go back to the same guy. All right, so I finally moved all this hay off the trailer. So check this out. Got it all moved off and brought it in the gate, into the cows here. And take a look at this feeder. This is ridiculous. But this feeder was built for a lot of hay. It should be fine. I don't think I'll lose a lot on the ground. And actually, I was doing some research on the efficiencies of cattle feeders, and this feeder was number one. And let me tell you, I lose hardly any hay with this feeder. I'd say, I mean, if you look at the ground here, that I don't even clean up after these guys, and I'd say 99% of all the hay is eaten. I have very little waste. It's really pretty awesome. All right, so before we go and get some hay, I kind of wanted to tell you a little story about kind of what happened the other day. So I came up here and I was walking up, getting ready to check on the cows, and I looked in this water tank over here. I'll show you what water tank it is. And I saw this black thing floating around, and I thought for sure it was the head of one of my calves. And if you take a look at this water tank, it's a big round 10-foot. And I've actually had calves jump in here twice. And I think what happens is they kind of get up against the corner here, and then a cow pushes them in. So that's why I put up these panels over here. And I was freaking out. I thought, I looked at it just from a distance and coming in the gate here, and I thought for sure that whatever's in that tank is dead. So I went running over there thinking, if it was one of my calves, that, maybe I could save it, but from the looks of it, I didn't think so. And so I ran up to the water tank, and it was a crow. A crow had fallen in the water, and I've actually lost some chickens, quite a few chickens that jump in the water tank. I've never lost a duck, and I've never seen anything other than a chicken jump in and drown. And it's kind of unfortunate. I really like the crows out here. And it's funny, I'll be sitting in my arena here, kind of cleaning up the manure and working on the cows, and all the crows will sit up in the trees and they'll just sit there and watch me, and sometimes they'll like crow like it's the peanut gallery. So I think the crows are kind of cool. They kind of keep me entertained in the morning, but this stock tank, I'm not sure exactly what else I can do. If I leave just one opening here, the cows will fight over the opening, so I leave enough room for a few cows so they don't have to fight over the water. And so far it's been working pretty good. So let me give you kind of an update on my calves here. So this guy's really calmed down a lot. This guy was really spooked at the beginning. And I still have 3 cows on the ground. I actually had 4, and I sold 1 calf and the mom. Boy, where are those calves? A lot of times they like to hang out. I still haven't cleaned up this barnyard this morning yet, but let's see what they're doing over here. Someone's got a mouthful of milk. So, believe it or not, this is little baby snowflake. Yeah, little baby snowflake's doing great. Growing fast, getting bigger. And what's funny is I grafted little baby snowflake here. This is the son to Iris that passed away, and I started bottle feeding him and grafted him onto another cow. And the funny thing is, he learned really quick from the beginning that if he tries to nurse from the side, that he gets kicked off of the cow. So he started feeding between the back 2 legs, and ever since I started feeding this alfalfa mix, here comes Mama. Oh no, that's the bull. Stand out of the way of the bull. Yeah, we don't want to mess with the bull. Gotta have respect for these boys. So, yeah, look at that. Look at the size difference that they get from when they're small to when they're bigger. And I've never seen them act like that towards the calves, which is kind of interesting. They've always been really gentle with the calves. So that's something I've never seen right there. Maybe he just wants to lay down there. It could be, get out of my spot because I want to lay down. So anyway, little snowflake here. He's been feeding between the back legs of that nurse cow, and with the alfalfa, she's been getting the runs. So he keeps getting a head full of runny manure. I gotta chase him around with the bucket and wash all the manure off his head. I thought that was pretty interesting. And then this girl over here, I haven't really socialized myself with her, and she is a little standoffy, kind of a little skittish. And I've worked on getting closer and petting her a little bit, but it's interesting when they're first born, if you don't work with them that very first day, they get really, really skittish. And then eventually they'll get a little bit better. And then once you get them around calves like Snowflake that are just a doll to work with, really, really friendly, then it's almost like it's almost like a learned behavior that they'll become real friendly in a couple months here. Alright, so I got all the hay unloaded for the trailer. The next stop is to hook up the truck. So I was trying to put my trailer on, and the ball wouldn't go in the little receiver hitch here. And then I realized I had the wrong size ball. So there's actually 3 different sizes of ball hitches here. And on my other big trailer, takes this, I think it's a 2 5/16. It's kind of a weird size. And then this one I'm pretty sure is a 2-inch ball. And then I have a smaller one here. And actually, I think I sold all my small ball trailers. It's 1 7/8. And when it comes to balls, I really wish it was more metric instead of these weird fractions. But this is America. And then, so I also have this this farm jack. If I ever get in a bind, this thing will lift just about anything. So and then last time I tried to unhook it, and I could not unhook it for the life of me. And I flipped this up, and there's a little release underneath that actually lets go of the ball, and it would not let go for the life of me. And what I actually did is I took the pin out of the ball and drove forward, and I found out that when you're working on these, you need a lot of WD-40. That's like a penetrating oil, and I put a lot of WD-40 in my little hand jack here, and it works 10 times as smooth. So that's kind of what I'm working on now. All right, so I am loaded up and ready to go, and finally got the truck and the trailer all hooked up here. But before I actually go get some hay, I'm actually getting hay tomorrow. And today, on the way down, I'm actually gonna spend the night in Pueblo. And I've been invited to a birthday party for a 4-year-old. So I'm trying to think of what kind of present to get for a 4-year-old. And I'm thinking something that makes a lot of noise. Something like a screaming monkey. So I still have 2 puppies, if you're wondering. 12 weeks old. They are really cute. Oh my goodness. So another thing I kind of learned about these cows is that when flies are really bothering them, they like to stand in water. And there used to be a big, huge puddle here that's kind of dried up to mud. And they're all trying to stand in it. But I happen to have some fly spray, and I'm going to spray them down. Get them out of this mud, hopefully. And normally I try to go through and clean up these mud puddles. And yeah. Not really good for them to stand in mud. And we just had a really big storm. This is a big bull here. And if they can keep their, the bottom of their legs in the water, it kind of keeps the flies off. But now they're kind of going at it. You really need to get out here and chase them around with the fly spray. I'd say depends on the fly season. And that's kind of what I like about the winter time, is you don't really get mud. Everything turns to ice. The summers are really short here. We only have about a 3-month summer, and then we'll go back to trying to spray the bull's head. And then we'll go back to snow and ice. And we won't have the mud, and we won't have the flies. That's the big thing. So sometimes I always think, it'd be good to live like down south where there's a lot of grass, but the bugs, I couldn't imagine having bugs year round. What you're saving in hay, you're probably spending on bug control. Little baby didn't like that. But well, it's not a monkey. It doesn't make noise, but he's so cute. Look at that dog.
Happy Daisy.
Oh my goodness.
My dog's girlfriend.
Yeah, Chad's dog.
I brought my dog over and they're like, go fight. And I just told them together, they didn't fight. And I know my dog's on top of her and I'm like, whoa, break it up.
They break it up.
Really?
Yeah, that's crazy. Little Chihuahua. That one's me, Uncle Mikey. Yeah.
Oh my goodness. Look at you. Oh my goodness. Check out this weird grass.
Isn't it? It's like little grasshoppers.
I know. It's really weird. Yeah, these grass heads are
They look like lures.
really bizarre. Alright guys, so that was a really fun birthday party. We had a great time, and I'm back down here in Pueblo on the pasture for the cows, and I haven't seen these guys for pretty much the whole summer. I wanted you guys to check them out. So in addition to all the cows I have at home, I have 2 more down here, and they're purebred Black Angus. One's a steer and one's a heifer, a girl. And they're looking really, really good. There's plenty of green grass and clover. They're probably not used to being around people. They're probably a little skittish, but we'll see how close I can get. They definitely have some flies on them. And it's definitely a different kind of fly. I can definitely tell. Oh yeah, I think they recognize me. Do you recognize me, buddy? Yeah, do you recognize me? Yeah, oh yeah. Yeah, there you go. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness, do you recognize me? Yeah. They're still a little skittish. But they're looking really good. It's almost a different kind of a color of a coat that they have compared to the cows that I have up at my house. But they're looking like they have some decent weight to them. I should have brought some fly spray to spray them off. But I'm not sure exactly what point I'm going to pick them up and bring them home. Probably, I think normally in mid-October I usually bring them home. And it is early September, so probably another month I'll be bringing these guys back. But it's just good to see that they are really doing good. Finally made it out here. This is actually the same place I was last time, and I took a slightly different route from the GPS, and saw some really amazing scenery. It is really windy. I don't know if you can hear me with that wind, but I'm all loaded up, getting ready to get loaded up here, so this should be interesting. Looks like he's breaking out the big tractor this time. Ooh, that's a nice tractor. He'll make quick work of it with that thing. That thing is a beast. That is one massive tractor. Wow. Such a big tractor. That's pretty crazy. Alright guys, so I made it home, and thanks for coming along. That was, I guess that was kind of a more of a vlog style. We did a whole bunch of stuff. We went to a party, looked at the cows. got some hay and finally made it home. So thanks for watching, and I will see you next time.